How stress changes your brain. You're sitting in traffic, late for something important. Your heart pounds, your thoughts race, and suddenly you snap at someone who doesn't deserve it. This isn't weakness, it's your brain switching operating systems. Your brain runs on two different networks. The first is your prefrontal cortex, located right behind your forehead. This is your slow, careful, rational mind. It plans, it considers consequences, it sees the bigger picture. The second is your limbic system, buried deep in the center of your brain. This is your fast, emotional, survival mind. It doesn't think, it reacts. Under normal conditions, your prefrontal cortex is in charge. You're patient, you're thoughtful, you make decisions you're proud of. But stress flips the switch. When you perceive a threat, your amygdala sounds the alarm. This almond-shaped structure acts like a smoke detector. It doesn't analyze, it doesn't verify, it just screams danger. Within milliseconds, your body floods with cortisol and adrenaline. These stress hormones do something remarkable. They shut down your prefrontal cortex. Blood flow literally redirects away from it. Your rational mind goes offline. Why? Because in a true emergency, thinking gets you killed. If a car swerves into your lane, you don't need philosophy, you need reflexes. So your brain prioritizes speed over accuracy, survival over nuance. This worked perfectly on the savannah, but in modern life, the threats are different. Your amygdala can't tell the difference between a lion and a deadline, between physical danger and social rejection, between life or death and mild inconvenience. It treats them all the same. Stress doesn't just change what you think, it changes how you think. Psychologists call this attentional narrowing. Your awareness literally shrinks. Imagine your attention as a spotlight. When you're calm, that spotlight is wide. You notice details, you consider options, you see connections. Under stress, the spotlight becomes a laser. You fixate on the threat. Everything else disappears. This is why stressed people make terrible decisions. Not because they're stupid, but because they're only seeing 10% of the information. Their brain has sacrificed wisdom for speed. Stress rewrites how you remember. Your hippocampus, the brain's filing system, becomes compromised. Under high cortisol, it struggles to form accurate memories. You remember the emotional tone, the feeling, but not the facts. This is why two people can experience the same stressful event and recall completely different versions. Their brains weren't recording reality, they were recording their emotional interpretation of reality. Even worse, chronic stress shrinks the hippocampus, physically, measurably, like a muscle that atrophies. Your ability to learn new information declines. Your ability to recall old information weakens. You become trapped in a narrower version of yourself. Stressed brains become prediction machines tuned to danger. Neuroscientist Rick Hanson describes this as the brain's negativity bias. Your mind becomes Velcro for bad experiences and Teflon for good ones. You scan every interaction for signs of threat. A neutral face becomes a hostile face. A simple question becomes an attack. This isn't paranoia. It's your amygdala doing its job, overprotecting you, treating the world like it's more dangerous than it is. Because from an evolutionary perspective, false alarms are cheap, but missed threats are fatal. Long-term stress triggers something darker, what psychologist Martin Seligman called learned helplessness. When your brain perceives chronic, uncontrollable stress, it stops trying. Not consciously, neurologically. Dopamine levels drop. Motivation vanishes. The circuits that drive goal pursuit go quiet. This looks like laziness. It feels like giving up, but it's actually a primitive energy conservation strategy. If escape is impossible, the brain powers down, waiting, surviving, not living. Understanding this mechanism changes everything. When you feel yourself shifting, you're not broken, you're not weak, you're experiencing a 200,000-year-old survival program. The key isn't to fight stress, it's to signal safety to your nervous system. Slow breathing activates your vagus nerve. It whispers to your amygdala, stand down. Physical movement burns off cortisol. It completes the stress cycle your body started. And time in nature recalibrates your threat detection. Your brain evolved in natural environments. It finds equilibrium there. Stress doesn't change who you are. It changes which version of you is driving. And once you see the system, you can work with it, not against it.